Starting on the pole from Chaplin, Connecticut in the 03, it is Brian Ouimet. Outside of him, Moonlight Media, Lime Tavern, and Max's Package Store bring us Old Lyme, Connecticut's Chris Pritt. On the inside of row number 2, driving the 31 machine, from Southbury, Connecticut, it is Michael Jervis. Outside of him, in number 44, Drake Motorsports bring us Ashaway, Rhode Island's Aaron Drake. From the 5th starting spot will be the number 17. It's Berlin, Connecticut's Jason Palmer. Manafort Brothers, Grey Wolf Construction, and Rock Landscape sponsor the number 17. Going off in the 6th starting spot will be the 32. That is Christopher Bakaj from Farmington, Connecticut. Bakaj Construction Home Selling Team is the sponsors of Chris. 7th on our field is the number 4 of Mark Esposito. 8th is the number 52 of Mark Bakaj. 9th is the 14 of Justin Rao. 10th is Max Zackham in the 20. 11th, Ricky White in the 92. Art Moran in the 66. Paul Payan, Benjamin Erlinson, and Marty Bone are the rest of our field.
Ouimet gets out to a fast start. Aaron Drake in the gold 44 tried to get to the front early, but it's Jervis in second, and Jason Palmer has emerged into the number 3 spot.
And battle on for the 4th position now as Mark Esposito completes the pass on Chris Pritt, and he looks to tag along. Aaron Drake now falls in the 5th slot.
So Drake has his game face on, running around in the number 5 position. We have the Creamsicle brothers moving quickly up to the front. This time it's Chris followed by Mark, just like it was in the heat race. And Michael Jervis, the persistence on the bottom pays off. He has taken over the lead by centimeters, and now Ouimet falls off the pace. It is up to Jason Palmer to challenge Jervis for the penthouse.
And Palmer does try to make that challenge as they cross the stripe. And now Mark Esposito rounds in the 3rd spot, but trouble as the 52 is slammed to the wall by the 44 of Drake. We have another car, the 66 of Moran.
Well, he pogo-sticked over the 52 car.
And the 14 of Justin Rao also involved, so 6 cars involved in an incident on turn number 1.
Some debris in the middle of turn number 1.
And Chris Pritt, row number 2. They come off turn 4, with the green flag, and it is Jervis who gets the early power jump. He jumps to the lead, and on his back bumper is the 4 of Esposito, looking to grab the 2nd spot.
Trying to make it happen on the outside is Jason Palmer, so kind of a daring move for that young 18-year-old. Now he falls a bit off the pace against Mark Esposito, who is getting ready to mount a challenge for the lead.
Esposito looks to the inside as they go into turn number 2. As they roar down the backstretch.
Bone makes contact with Paul Payan, and those 2 cars topple over each other on the backstretch. Yellow is not out yet. We stay under green.
And it is still Jervis leading the way as they go down the backstretch. Mark Esposito runs 2nd, Jason Palmer 3rd.
So 2 cars pogo-sticked over each other, Payan and Bone. They were able to get those cars fired up. But a blast furnace underneath the car of Mark Esposito, as he has leverage, he has power, but can he get the lead?
He is side by side with Jervis as they go into turn number 3. It is the 4 inching his way out front as they look to get by the lap car, past the slower vehicles as they go into turn number 1, and on the back bumper of Esposito.
So Bone and Payan get out of the way and give our front runners plenty of room to work. Yellow comes out. 13 laps left. There is debris in turn number 2. I'm sure you can see it from
Jervis. Bring them down for the green flag. And it is Esposito quick off the draw. And pulling him along is the number 17 of Jason Palmer.
Jervis is still in the hunt as he shuffles his way. In the 3rd position, Max Zackham, the 13-year-old. He is making a bold, aggressive move as he tries to jackknife his way underneath Jervis. It didn't work that time, but he still has a lot of laps remaining.
And the man who's worked his way all the way back from an earlier altercation now is the 52 of Mark Bakaj. He tries to make the pass on Zackham on the inside as they come off turn number 4.
Car a little loose, but it is pretty fast. Mark Bakaj has thundered his way underneath Zackham. Here comes Palmer, trying to make a move underneath the 4 car. So Palmer decides it might be time for him to make a move. Right now he is content to just hang on like a bumper sticker to the back of the Mark Esposito machine.
And Mark Bakaj has closed up that gap, and now it is a 4-car battle as they go down the backstretch. Mark Esposito currently leads the way. Jason Palmer in second. Jervis on the outside, but here comes Bakaj to the inside for the 3rd position.
And he had the blur move that time as he was just able to tornado his way underneath the 31 of Jervis. So the top 4 cars could fit inside a blender. But the man shaking things up the most is Mark Esposito. Once again, Palmer has an idea, looking for some real estate underneath the 4-car, but he might have something else to think about because Bakaj in car number 52 is moving quickly to the front row.
Bakaj had a little notion to work on the outside. That car had a hiccup that caused him to fall back, but he is going to try again to the outside of the 17 of Palmer. Once again denied, and he'll still run 3rd.
Little caffeine twitch that time for Palmer. Kind of cost him some steam in the battle to uproot the 4 of Esposito. In 5th is Max Zackham, so he has fallen off the pace. Erlandson running in the number 6 position in car number 06, but things are getting crowded at the front, courtesy of Mark Bakaj.
And Bakaj now looks to make that outside line stick for him as he comes to the stripe, battling side by side with Palmer as they go into turn number 1. It is Bakaj by inches in second.
Bakaj has the juice, but here is Palmer making a counter move in car number 17. So those 2 cars almost paper clipped together. Who has the advantage? It looks like Palmer does by half a car, as that inside advantage pays off big time.
And Palmer will continue to make Bakaj work all the way around the outside of the speedway. This time Bakaj gets a bit of a run. He pulls out in front, but Palmer on the inside will pull even this time through.
So while Palmer and Bakaj are battling with each other, it might be giving Mark Esposito a free pass at the front. Jervis has run strong all night. He is contending in the number 2 position. Let's see if Mark Esposito can seal the deal.
Esposito can look out his back window and see the battle rage on as we have yellow on the speedway way through the field. This time we have a good start, and they are even going into turn number 1. Mark Bakaj on that creamsicle number 52 looks to make the outside line go for him as he's even with Esposito as they go down the backstretch. Now Bakaj with the leverage, the run, and the lead as they go into turn number 3. Esposito runs in the 2nd spot. Then we have Jason Palmer 3rd, Michael Jervis in the 4th spot, and 5th, the 13-year-old Max Zackham. As they go down the backstretch now, Bakaj looks to increase his lead, but Esposito looks to cut into it as they come into 3 and head off 4. Down to the stripe, to the inside, Esposito. He gets a little out of control as they go into turn number 1. White flag, less than 1 lap left. Down the backstretch, it's the 52 of Mark Bakaj leading the pack into turn number 3. The 4 of Esposito sits second. The 17 of Palmer third. And down to the checker, it's the 52 of Mark Bakaj with his fist raised in victory. In second is the 4 of Mark.
Early in the race, he was against the wall. Car used as a launching ramp, but he was able to launch his way to the front of the field when it mattered the most. So another victory for Mark Bakaj. How much did that yellow flag with 3 laps to go mean to your victory tonight?
That made the race for me. I couldn't have done it without that. I was in a good second place car, but I just didn't have enough on the outside to really run up on Mark Esposito out there. He's running a real good race.
But the success story continues. Last year, you were kind of almost a middle-of-the-pack runner, and this year, at the front every week. Again, what's been the big difference?
Well, I just finally calmed myself down in the car. We really got a good setup in the car. My brothers helped me with my driving, make sure I'm running a good line, and now we're driving the car, and it's just going great for me. I can't ask for anything better. I got to thank my sponsors, Home Selling Team, Bakaj Homes, and DVL Electric, Vinco Mobile Equipment Repair. They help me put this car on the track every week.
Well, you couldn't ask for anything better, and we couldn't ask for more excitement. Come from behind win tonight for the driver of car number 52, Mark Bakaj.